Humans of the cardboard, welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today we are taking another look at the Reptile pile, or Ogdoadic, Reptile, good stuff, whatever you want to call this deck. It's really cool, has some cool synergies with some of the generic engines that are out right now, and I honestly think if you play it like this, you can play this deck like honestly and compete with like literally like top tier meta. It actually can compete. It's pretty good. I would say there's definitely like sometimes a consistency problem, but like it's just a deck that like it's 53 cards, there's a handful of bricks, and sometimes the worst hands you can draw is just like 3 or 4 of the bricks. It's kind of tough. It is what it is. But the ceiling of the deck is very high, and I really like that like you can just draw like crazy hands that are, you're just like, there's no way I can lose this duel. So that's really cool. But anyway, I made this profile like a month and a half, 2 months ago, and this is like kind of an updated, more optimized version of that list. So I'm excited to show you where we're at this point in time. So without further ado, let's get started. Into the Ogdoadic package, of course, triple Nalia, triple Nunu, 1 Zoha for the small guys, and then 1 Curse, 1 Alert, 1 Ogdo Abyss for the big guys. Honestly, just keeping it simple here, because you guys are probably, I don't know, if you're watching this profile, you probably have a good idea of what these do. Ogdo Abyss is very huge. Just the fact that that Scythe is in the format and it's being played by like multiple meta decks, it means that you have a win condition in your main deck, so we do not just raw lose to Scythe resolving, which is very nice. Also, Curse is the best of the big ones, just being an extender is insane. Zoha is insane utility, pretty much letting you discard anything from hand whenever you want. Very easily accessible. And these ones are both starters and extenders in their own right, so you always want to draw them, so we play them at 3. But yeah, pretty basic there. For the Ogdoadic spells, we're on triple Water Lily and 1 Serpent Strike. Water Lily is really good, and you kind of, when you're in the grind, you're just continually reborning Nalia every turn, and when you're doing that, you're just like resetting, you're just researching like Water Lily every turn, so it's really good in the grind. I think you get away with 2 because you don't really want to open it, but if you do, it's at the end of the world because it means you just search Serpent Strike, whereas before you just would have had to search a second useless Water Lily off of Nalia in the combo. But it's really cool. And then Serpent Strike, I mean, it's a continuous, it's nice, it's not like super crazy, but like it's fine. I mean, it's cool, like honestly, like it comes up for sure. There are times where it's like really good, and there are times where it's just like, oh, I don't have the discards that I need for it. But that's why I played it 1. We search it when it's particularly needed, and aside from that, don't worry about it. Next up, we move to the Reptilian Package, double Codal, triple Ramifications, and 1 Reptilian Spawn. This is super different because I think before we were playing double Spawn and a Lamia. Lamia does not work the way I thought it did. I thought it could use its effect in hand and in grave on the same turn, but you can't. So it's like not even a good extender going second. It's just, I guess, a way to make something 0 attack, which is fine, but you can't even do it in the damage step. So it's like not even like a good battle trap. It's just not a great card, like honestly, all in all. But this is all you need. Like, this is just an extender package. These are some of the best extenders in the deck. If you resolve Ramifications, all you need to do is have like any other normal summonable reptile in the hand, and you have like full combo into the alien board, which is really strong. But yeah, Spawn's really good. Just banishes a reptilian monster from grave to summon 2 tokens. So it's really free because she's so searchable and dumpable, like pretty much in almost any hand. So even drawing this raw is like not even that bad. But yeah, really good. And also don't forget Ramifications also has the effect where you pick 2 of it out of its 3 effects. Add a reptilian monster, add a reptilian spell or trap, or make an opponent's monster 0 attack permanently. That can come up going second or in the grind. So just keep that in mind. I would love, okay, real quick. I haven't just to mention on this real quick. The Ogdo Abyss stuff, or the Ogdoadic stuff, I would love to see either 1, a really, really good normal summon. Now your reads like a normal summon, but it's really not. It's more of like a combo piece. But mainly, I'd also want to see a really good trap interruption for the Ogdo Abyss stuff. I feel like that would take them to the next level at being able to still set up like decent interruptions without having to go full combo. Sometimes it feels like if you're not going full combo, you're not getting as far as you wish or setting up a nice enough board that you would like to. But you know, that would be really, really huge as an actual good trap card. And then Reptilians, they have like a weird deck. They just don't, these are the only cards that really feel like they like fit cleanly into just like a generic Reptile strategy. So maybe down the line we'll get more Reptilian stuff, and Aliens too. That's like really the 3 big Reptile archetypes that I looked at here for this build. And like Aliens have some interesting cards, but they just don't like, they don't have the other cards to like take full advantage of them. And it feels like they'll get support down the line to like make it work like full circle with those cards. But until then, it's just fine. And it just has potential, and we'll see. Okay, so we're not playing the Alien Kid anymore either. And then we are playing some generic Reptile stuff. Double Night Sword Serpent, 1 Light Serpent, and triple Snake Rain. This is nothing too crazy. I mean, Night Sword Serpent, I will say, is just like immensely, immensely important to Reptiles now. Like Snake Rain before, literally by itself, didn't facilitate the alien play, and now it does, just because we have this one extender. You're always 1 body short, and because now we can just send him for free throughout the combo, it gets you that 1 last body you need to finish the alien combo. Very important. One more thing, Light Serpent. If this card was level 4, I'd probably play it as a 3 of, because we have like 20 plus discard outlets in the deck that let us just like discard stuff for free. And if he was level 4, he would actually facilitate like the King of the Fair Lamps so much easier and like help us actually get into our other parts of the deck. But because he isn't, he's kind of just a body, and that's just not quite good enough. I would still consider playing 2 because he's not once per turn, but not 3, definitely not. And then Snake Rain, best starter in the deck. If you could open any 2 cards, it would be Snake Rain plus a passable discard. I guess it'd be like Snake Rain plus Enchantress, because even if they ash the Snake Rain, you can still just go full adventure combo at least, even in that situation. But that's if you have no other cards. If you have other cards, you're probably activating Water Enchantress first just to guarantee Snake Rain resolves, because it's just more powerful overall. And the final like actual like Reptile card we play in the main is Planet Pollutant Virus. This card is really, really good. Just an insane eruption. It gets you a Raigeki plus a skill drain. Just insane. We'll show you in the extra deck, since we don't main any alien cards, how to facilitate this card, but it's really insane. All right, into the generic stuff. I'm sorry if it's expensive. You can definitely play this deck without it. It just probably goes down like a tier in terms of competitive play. So just, you know, accept that. I don't even blame you though, because I don't even have these. I'm using the proxies right now to test it out. So we're just playing like the super standard like adventure package. Nothing much to say here aside from I don't play double Fateful Adventure. If you get ogred on it, it is what it is. The ogre's not hitting your actual engine, it's hitting this stuff, which is fine. Just really good. It gives you 7 copies of cards that just guarantee you resolve Snake Rain, as well as a free discard outlet if you need it with the Fateful Adventure. Can actually come up so nicely. Destiny Hero Package, I'm sorry, it's just the best single win condition you can play that's makeable off of just 2 monsters on the board, and for that reason I think you need to play it. Making a rank 8 is just like not even half as good as making DPE, and that's just the sad truth of it right now. From there, couple of generic one-offs that are at 1 on the ban list. Foolish Burial, this is supposed to be Monster Reborn. I forgot I moved this to another deck just to deck build, but yeah, that's Monster Reborn. And then Called by the Grave. Pretty self-explanatory. I will say that if you're not going to play the adventure stuff, I'm probably not playing Foolish Burial. The #1 use for this is just Water Enchantress, but if you already have it, you can just dump any of your Reptile stuff so that can come up. Reborn, Insane Extender, and then Called by the Grave. Most of the time with Reborn, if you hard draw it and like you already have combo, you just like send Ogdo Abyss and just Reborn him on top of the rest of your board, which is really funny and really strong. And then Called, like saving Snake Rain from getting ashed, is really nice. For the defensive cards, finishing up here, Triple Gamma, and then this is Chalice, but it's supposed to be Droplet. If you can afford Droplet, I would play Droplet here. The deck has a ton of free discards, especially with like the adventure stuff as well. They give you a ton of free sends off this card, so I would play it, and the deck just facilitates Gamma on your own turn so well. So like 3 Gamma plus the 7 adventure starters and the Called by the Grave like guarantee that Snake Rain beats Ash. Like there's 11 cards you can draw that guarantee your Snake Rain doesn't lose to Ash, which is like insane. All right, from there we move to the extra deck, starting off with the Reptile stuff. Alien Shock Trooper M-Frame, Cosmic Slicer Zarol, Reptilian Echidna, and double King of the Feral Imps. You don't need triple of this. 2 is definitely fine. Once you get all your stuff set up in grave, you can kind of just play with them every turn. And then these 2 are part of the combo. If you don't know how it works, you're going to use him to link up into him. Once you use Water Lily with a full grave, you'll send maybe something like a Night Sword Serpent, so that he'll come back. And if you can just put any other body on field, that'll get you into like Verte and a DPE. But then you also reborn this off of Water Lily. You would have already searched the Planet Pollutant Virus, and you'd have the Raigeki, the Skill Drain, and potentially a DPE. She's really strong. Echidna, this card comes up in the grind. This card's actually really good in the grind. It's crazy. It's just like make a monster 0, which means it can beat over anything in the game, and then also search a free reptile. It's kind of weird, but like it's really, really good. It reads like a custom card for sure. DPE package, Link Spider, Verte, DPE. The only thing to note here really is like this can use the adventure token if you get ogred on the Fateful Adventure. This can use one of the reptilian spawn tokens, because sometimes there's weird sequences where you're stuck with a weird awkward token. And if you get nibbed, just being able to put any other monster on field just gets you into DPE at least through nib, which is cool. And for generic links, Dark, Unicorn, and DPE. He's just really easy to make turn 3, and I wanted just like a strong turn 3 like win condition. The deck also doesn't have a ton of removal, so these are just generically makeable guys that just give you removal, which is cool. And then Dark just being really easy to make. I almost wanted to play Lina too, but the extra deck doesn't have space, I don't think. For rank 8s, I do play 1 Lancelot. I play 1 Zombie Vampire, and Zeus is in rank 8, but he can be made with either of these. Usually it'll be Lancelot or King of the Feral Imps. I pretty much ended up on Lancelot because I kind of like the idea of Hope Harbinger. I kind of like the idea of Dingirsu, and this kind of does like what both of those do. Like he facilitates Zeus, he gives you removal for a monster, and he's a negate, so he kind of does like a little bit of what both of those monsters do, just probably not as well as either of them, but it's kind of a good in-between that covers both bases. And then Zombie Vampire with like Dark the Dark Charmer in the deck, being able to like reborn something, just summon a your curse, and then just make this to like just try an OTK is pretty good. And then like Zeus is, you know, it can save your keister, so if your deck can make him, I'd probably play him. And the last card in the extra is the Psyframe Lord Omega. I always like to play this if I'm maining Gamma. I just, if my opponent's going to let me resolve Gamma on my turn, I want it to pretty much just mean the end of the duel, right? Like making sure something really good is resolving through a hand trap. So they lose the hand trap in hand, and then I'm ripping another card out of the hand, and I'm going full combo anyway. Like, it's going to be tough sledding for the opponent to like come back from that one. Like it just is. So really, really good. I just can't find myself able to drop that card, pretty much. But yeah, there you go. This deck's really cool. I highly recommend you check it out. I know this one was a little bit quicker, but I did have some updates, a couple of cards that we trimmed down in the main deck that really felt like it just kind of just straight up took like 3 bricks out of the main deck. And the extract's like pretty, actually like really different than it was before. So yeah, hopefully this helps you here. Definitely let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on the list. What would you add? What would you consider changing? Because I'm always looking to update this deck, and there's just straight up not a lot of content for this deck online at all. Like literally, if you search on YouTube, there's not a lot of like legit competitive builds of this deck, especially like post getting like Serpent Strike and like Dark the Dark Charmer and stuff. So I really like the deck. It's really fun. It's like a more fun way, I think, one of the more fun ways to play like the adventure package if you're into that, and takes really cool advantage of the DP stuff. And then the combo sequences are just really cool. Plays out of the graveyard, grinds insanely well. I highly recommend it if any of that stuff sounds, you know, like something you would like out of your Yu-Gi-Oh deck. But that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching, as always. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more stuff from me down the line. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.